everybody, today is Wednesday, January the 20th, 2021, and we are still working on division strategies. The strategy that we're focusing on this week is division facts, meaning that we are going to be talking about how we can use related multiplication facts to help us with division. And we're going to focus on fact families for 2, 3, 4, and 5. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're going to be thinking about those multiplication facts that we're going to be learning and hopefully attending our daily multiplication quizzes so that we can be ready to learn those facts. Once we learn those facts, division becomes a lot easier for us, and it's going to make it easier for us as we move along in the upper grades as well. So our learning objective for this lesson is I will be learning quotients for division facts with divisors of 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now remember, we talked about the relationship that multiplication and division have, and it's called inverse operations. We can check our answers for multiplication using division. We can check our answers for division using multiplication. They undo one another. Just the same relationship that subtraction and addition have with one another, they're inverse operations. I can check my addition with subtraction and my subtraction with addition. So long as we're using the same numbers in those sentences, we can check to see if our answers are correct. So it's an inverse operation that division has with multiplication. We talked about those important math words yesterday in regards to division. If you look at the dividend represents the total number of items that we have that we're going to be sharing. The divisor could represent how many groups or how many in each group. And then the quotient, the answer to the division problem, could also represent how many groups or how many in each group, depending on what the word problem's asking you for. Now remember, anytime you hear the word quotient, you know that you're going to be dividing in the problem. So we're going to look at a problem about Kara today. Kara has a dog walking business, and she is putting 45 dog treats into some bags for the dog customers she walks each day. She puts the same number of treats into each bag. If Kara puts 45 treats into 5 party bags for her customers, she puts the same number of treats into each bag. How could we write a division sentence for this problem and show our work for that? And then I want you to write a corresponding multiplication problem to match. So if you look at the bottom of the screen here, we have 45 total bags, 45 total treats. That represents the total we have. That is called the dividend. We have 5 bags that we're going to be filling. If we have 5 bags that we're going to be filling, that's going to be the divisor. And then we're going to be looking for the quotient, which I just put an A there. So we're going to find out, using division, how many treats are going to be in each bag. Again, my division sentence would be 45 divided by 5. I can write a corresponding multiplication sentence to match. Whatever I'm multiplying has to equal what the total is here. Because remember, in multiplication, we're looking for the total. So I'm looking for 45. And in my mind, I've got to think about what times 5 gives me 45. And again, we can work on figuring those basic facts out using some of the strategies we've learned and then through memorization. So in this particular case, if I am wanting to fill that in, I'm going to be thinking about what times 5 equals 45. So I can count by my 5s. Remember, that was a strategy we learned. Or I could use groups. I could draw an array, or I could just know in my mind what times 5 equals 45. So for your purposes, I'm going to count by my 5s, and I'm going to count till I say 45. How many ever fingers I have up, that's going to be how many treats that would be in each bag. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So when we do that, I have 9 fingers up. So I know that there are going to be 9 treats in each bag. I can check that by doing multiplication of 5 times 9. 5 times 9, based on what I just did, equals 45. Equals 45. So we can determine what our numbers are using those fact families. Now, this is just part of the fact family. So I want you to think about how we could write some additional facts for that particular family of 45, 5, and 9. So what other fact families could we write for that? I want you to do the same thing with these 3 situations, and I want you to think about how we could determine what fact family we would be using there. So I am looking at 24 toys, 2 bags. Now, I already know in my mind what multiplication fact works here. So I'm going to be thinking about, if I already know that, if I already know my 2s, and some of you do because you passed that test yesterday, which I'm very proud of. If you already know your 2 facts, you already know something times 2 that equals 24. So let's talk about what fact family we would have here, because that's where our goal is. We're wanting to start thinking about how we could come up with a fact family that works. So I'm going to do my multiplication sentence first, because I know that 2 times 12 equals 24. Oops. Hit the wrong button there. Equals 24. I also know that 12 times 2 equals 24. So I'm just reversing those numbers. Remember the commutative property. Then I could do 24, my total, and I'm going to insert that special character. So I'm going to insert that special character just like we did before. Maybe I will. It's not letting me do it today. You never know about technology, do we, guys? So I'm going to type in division, get my division sign there, and then close that out. And now I have a division sign. So I have 24 divided by 2 equals 12. And then I'm going to have one more, which is going to come down to the bottom. So let me see if I can scoot these up. Typing these in, you never know what you're going to get, guys, do we? We just never know how it's going to turn out. I'm going to just come over here to the side and type my other one. So I'm going to do 24 divided by, and I'm going to take that, copy that sign just so I can cheat a little bit. Remember, I want to work smarter, not harder. So I'm going to type that in, and then I'm going to divide this by 12, and that should equal 2. This would be called a fact family for 2, 12, and 24. So I've got my multiplication facts, and I have both of the division facts that will work in this situation. Today, this is what you're going to be doing in your lesson work along with One Eye Excel. So I'm going to give you a sheet that you're going to complete and be able to write fact families. I will tell you which facts that I want you to write families for, and I want you to have something from both or from all of the facts that we were talking about today, our 2s, our 3s, our 4s, and our 5s, and then you'll be able to do your lesson work for IXL as well, basic facts, using those basic facts to help you, because those are going to be very important. Hopefully this has helped you today. If you have any questions, you can ask me after whole group. We're going to be having a 12 o'clock meeting, and then I will be starting those multiplication tests again, just the same as yesterday. Make sure that you look at your time and don't come too early, because I can't let you in until I get rid of the group that I have prior to you till they exit. So if you come in and I've not approved you to come in yet, just hang on and I will approve you as soon as I have them to exit the room. So I look forward to that again today. It was exciting yesterday. Some of you did awesome. Some of you had just a little bit more studying to do. Just keep up the good work. Keep studying hard, because that's going to help those stick in your mind. As you go over them, repeat them over and over to help you. And good luck on that today. Hope to see you soon.